Mlani Msibi sadly passed away in June, and he is going to be much missed by the whole team here at SuperSport. Never mind all the football lovers throughout the country for his wonderful questions and his measured approach to the game we all love. So this is what we're playing for now, the MTN8, wonderful looking trophy. Orlando Pirates, the holders, getting us underway against Polokwane City. They of course became the first side last October to win this trophy 3 times in a row. After more than half a century of history in this competition, can they now make it an even more groundbreaking 4 in a row? All of that coming up live here on your World of Champions. Now, that gentleman looks somewhat familiar, although we must say there is only one Bob Masondo with a fair look-alike in the crowd today. Nothing, however, can match our wonderful colleague. We look forward to his dulcet tones later on this weekend. Here are the two sides now making their way out for the start of this encounter. The first of 4 this weekend in the quarterfinals. Sekhukhune and TS Galaxy will kick off at 6 p.m. tonight, live from Polokwane. And we will also have 2 matches tomorrow. Stellenbosch taking on AmaZulu, that's at the Cape Town Stadium, 3 p.m. kickoff. And then Mamelodi Sundowns up against Richards Bay, 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, live from Atteridgeville. All 4 of those games live on your World of Champions. Warm welcome also to Amanda Dlamini, who will be our expert analyst alongside. It's a great privilege, of course, to get this new season underway in this first game.
Yeah, no, absolutely, Mr. Gleeson. Of course, a lot is expected from the 2 teams. Orlando Pirates just making the waves in terms of the new players that they've acquired. But of course, Polokwane City also hoping that they get another top 8 finish, which I think they really started well in the previous season.
Now, Amanda's had to walk 4 flights of stairs because the lift hasn't worked, so we give her a minute or 2 just to catch her breath. In the meantime, let's introduce you to the 2 lineups. 3 new starters here for the Buccaneers. Sihle Ndule, Sipho Mbule in the middle. Osman Apollos will be playing out wide. A couple of other surprises. Bandile Shandu ahead of Dino van Rooyen in the right-back position. And Boitumelo Radiopane gets the call ahead of the likes of Mabasa and Magopa. They're not even on the bench for today's encounter. Pile of new signings on that bench, 5 of them in fact, the likes of Mbutuma, Mashilawani, Moremi, who comes from AmaZulu, of course Mariko, the new signing from Mali, and Sibele Bele, the latest addition. He comes from TS Galaxy, signed after their training camp in Spain. And of course the first game in charge for Abdeslam Wadu, the former Morocco international, who did such a good job with Marumo Gallants at the end of last season. Polokwane City have 2 new signings in their lineup, led up front by Levi Mashiani, who played for Royal AM, and then of course Saketso Moremi joins from Pretoria City. Other Pretoria Callies, other Pretoria Callies players on the bench today. The new signings include Sebone, Malepe and Makubela. Couple of injuries as well for Polokwane City. No Manuel Kambala today, or Tlaisi Chauke still injured, as is Matulure, the flying fullback, who of course is much rated but has had his injury problems over the last 9 months or so. So the goalkeepers are just getting an explanation here from the referees about the 8-second rule. Christopher Kistor, the electrical technician from Cape Town, in charge today, 41-year-old. Elfa Satoli from Sebokeng, Jimmy Khapola from Benoni are our 2 linesmen for today. 8-second rule, of course. If you hold the ball longer than 8 seconds, you can see the corner, and the referee will start warning after 5 seconds. Now, to the tactical look of the side, and this is where we bring in the experts. All yours, Amanda.
Thank you, Mr. Gleeson. Of course, Orlando Pirates are known for their 4-3-3 formation, and to see Nduli in that set position. But of course, the chemistry and maybe just the working relationship of Maswangani and Mbule in the 2-8s will become very instrumental to get the likes of Radiopane on the ball, and Mufukeng as well. And I think everybody who's been talking about Apollos, much is much required in the final third. And for Polokwane City, a 4-5-1, almost giving an indication that they really want to be a little bit compact. They're going to play a little bit conservative, play on the counter, looking at the likes of Mashiane with his height to try and get to those aerial duels. But of course, Amapangule in that midfield, with his experience, he needs to make sure that he anchors the midfield.
Mapangule, of course, got a cap in the last Bafana game, the friendly against Mozambique. So Puti Mahafi will have plenty of confidence in him. Coach Mahafi, of course, the 51-year-old, has ensured 2 successive top 8 finishes for Polokwane City. 64 matches as a top flight coach, 20 wins, 20 draws and 24 losses. The 46-year-old Abdeslam Wadu made his debut in South African soccer at Marumo Gallants in March. They beat Pirates 2-0 in his first game in Bloemfontein. And he did enough to lift the Bloemfontein-based club away from relegation trouble to a 10th place finish. Caught the eye of the Buccaneers, is in here, but that is a heavy seat that he's sitting in, Amanda, and particularly with the affection with which Jose Rivera was seen off at the end of his 3-year tenure.
Yeah, no, of course, and I think I like the fact that he really kept to the structure of Orlando Pirates, but we're yet to see what his influence in terms of playing philosophy would be like.
The new Pirates coach, of course, unlike Jose Rivera, played at the very highest level, including in the Premier League for Fulham and for Rennes and Nancy in League One. And we are underway here at Orlando. Kept in play by Veli Mofokeng, happy to get an early touch, and Bokazi, who's so much spoken about, this 19-year-old, very much a star in the making. And now Mbule with his first touch. The fans will be behind him all the way. Mofokeng out wide, Dion Hotto on the left-hand side, nominally as a left back, but of course he'll be flying up and down. He has the first cross in, and an attack from Osman Apollos. Now, how close was he there to a goal for his new club against his old team with his very first touch?
Yeah, just sneaking in from that far post. A good combination play as well. You want to see that from the likes of Dion Hotto. Pinpoint cross. The defender just didn't expect him to come. That's the burst of pace, the elements of surprise you can expect from him.
He's probably thinking to himself that he settled just that split second earlier. Might well have got definitely ahead of the centre back and in with a real chance of an early goal. What a wonderful start that would have been. Right beginning nevertheless here from the Buccaneers. Foul, says Mr. Kistor. Masangani with the new look hairstyle as the man who wins the free kick. This is Apollos now. Bandile Shandu on the right-hand side, along with him. Sabisi playing it to Bokazi. Now Mbule. Good running again from Hotto. His first touch. Forces him to play it back here for Apollos, and he gets the shot in and will get the corner. Good block in the end, coming in from the youngster Mantosi.
Yeah, Mantosi is definitely going to get his work cut out this afternoon. Another good run from Dion Hotto, finding the space as well, a good ball. First touch just on his path. But yeah, Apollos again, just really a good first touch. Really looking for that first goal.
Polokwane City with 2 experienced centre-backs in Nikani and in Kaki, but the 2 full-backs relatively inexperienced, Kwankwa and Mantosi, only with 4 starts to their name before today's encounter. Now, first set-piece opportunity. Disappointing one for the Buccaneers. Apollos in the chase, gets there first. This is the kind of counter-attack pressure that Polokwane City will be looking to put on. There's a bit of space here, and Mbule chasing. He's very quick, is Ramabu. Radio Pane comes away with it for the Buccaneers. Ramabu gets a lovely little touch in there. And he's going to knock this forward. Montosi looks to be in a bit of trouble. And they've won a free kick up front here for Mashiane. So Mantosi will need a bit of treatment. Mashiane, who was brought down, is up and looks okay. And this is a challenge with Radio Pane. He should have been the one who was hurt.
I think he also just tries the first tackle. It lands really hard on Radiopane, but I guess Radiopane is showing great strength and steel.
Well, you give a striker a chance to get past the defender, even if the ankle is hurting. He's going on. Radiopane getting the shot today above Mabasa and Mahopa. Very interesting choice from Coach Wadu. Much of that to be explained later on, I would presume. At the end of the game, we'll dive into all of these selection changes. In the meantime, Polokwane City with Nikani driving it forward, just a little too strong. Nikani wearing the skipper's armband. Kaki next to him did not miss a single league match all season. In fact, he's now gone 2 full seasons without missing a league match. He did sit out a Nedbank Cup game last season, which means he didn't have a full house of games, but what wonderful consistency from Kaki. That's why they've been so strong at the back, the 2 centre-backs, the double ends, Nikani and Kaki. It'll be hard to break down for Orlando Pirates this afternoon. In the middle there was a bit of a heavy touch, but Kaki forward. Dlamini playing it. Oh, there's a chance for Mashiane! Good tackle in there from Orlando Pirates.
Good tackle indeed from Bogazi, but very impressed by Mashiane, just getting in between the 2 centre-backs. Good control of the ball, but good recovery as well from Orlando Pirates.
Sikli Ndule in there as well, new signing from Stellenbosch. Great season for Steve Barker's club. Scored that goal against Zamalek away from home in the Confederation Cup to put them into the semis. Getting a new lease on his career at the age of 30 here with Buccaneers. Solid work-up. So, first set piece for Polokwane City. Chain makes a comfortable save. Got a little bit of competition in the goal, keeping the top in this season with Butalezi, of course, and new player Sirong Krakla, who had 1 game towards the end of the last campaign. There's been talk about getting in a more senior goalkeeper, just to really keep him on his toes. It might be that he's fairly comfortable in that #1 position. Still a month to go, of course, in the transfer window. The Buccaneers have been so busy, and very impressive signings too. Bune was the first. Everybody sat up and took notice of that one, but some really exciting players since then, and we hope to see the likes of Butuma and Sebele coming on at some stage in the game. Remy from Amazulu. Collis has won Russian hand in there. Here he comes. Fairly regular these days now. Sikli Ndule. Fine, Masangani is back there to collect. Now here they come, the Buccaneers. Bule, Mofokeng. Masangani, Mofokeng, Radiopane looking to turn. Experience there of Kaki to clear it away. Looking very positive in these early stages, Orlando Pirates, and playing some nice football.
Yep, it's important that they find their rhythm. That's what they're looking for in terms of just the interchange of passes.
Radiopane, Bule. Little dummy there for Radiopane. Will get there first. So the hold off the defender. Mofokeng very quickly to support him. Otto on the right foot at the moment. Bule. To be the playmaker, you can see already eyeing up all the opportunities. Hotto with another cross. Amazing consistency from Dion Hotto, given his advanced years, and it's not appreciated when you talk about a player's age in that way, but you have to commend Dion Hotto. He's about, he'll be turning 35 in October. Played started 48 games last season for the Buccaneers across all competitions. His best campaign by far, 6 goals as well. So there's a bottle of red wine for you, maturing with age.
Right, but also just the energy that he still gives you, bombing up this flank. Sometimes playing as a fullback, as a wing back, it takes a lot of energy, and still the quality of crosses in the final third is just commendable.
Now Mbule under a little bit of pressure. Still in possession here, back to collect. Last season on loan from Mamelodi Sundowns, started his career of course with Sport United. Switching, looking here for Mofokeng. Towards he clears. Ramabu up to Mashiani. This is the counter that Polokwane will be looking for. New player Moremi in possession comes from Pretoria Callies. Polokwane City, of course, have only beaten Pirates once ever before. This is game number 21 between these two teams. Game, Polokwane City not only won any of their last 6 matches at the end of last season. Thomas Malabo addressed that with Coach Mahafi in the pre-match interview. It was a very good second half of the season. Last win they had was in March against Richards Bay, so long overdue a win. It's going to be a hard task to get that here. Some medical treatment here.
Late tackle, lunge just from behind, catching the ankles of Mbule. You know he's going to get on the ball, so it's just really, to try and just unsettle him a little bit so that he's not comfortable playing or pulling those strings in that midfield.
Reception from the crowd with the first touch, which is always important, but you know he's a firm fan favourite because of his playing style. I think the little boy, the bad boy image too doesn't helps him a little bit. People have some empathy for Sipho Mbule and his ups and downs in his career, and I think most people want to see him do well and succeed.
Absolutely, and I think he still has the age to his side. You coming from a team like Mamelodi Sundowns, these are big football institutions. You come to Orlando Pirates, it's almost like they're giving him a second chance. I think you should really grab onto this. The expectation is there, but this is the environment that can really cultivate maybe a change in mentality as well.
Obviously, has done well in the pre-season, which we're not privy to all of the training sessions, but if you're a new coach and you've got this player, you know his reputation, you might get a little bit weary if he doesn't impress you, but if he's impressed you strongly, as I presume Mbule has done, no hesitation in sticking him into the team.
Absolutely, and I think we haven't seen Mbule really in the national team, and he should have those aspirations as well.
There he is. Left-footed pass, looking for Radio Kani. Good interception again from Nikani. Again with Mbule. New skipper Sibisi. Nice pass to Apollos. 4 players around him. To Mofokeng. Mofokeng on the left, Apollos on the right will be the way they're going to coach it. He has Apollos. No, he's got it. What a dream start for his new club. Respectfully is not celebrating, but his teammates certainly are. 12 minutes gone and the Buccaneers have the lead. All so simply done, and Mbule set that up.
Yeah, Mbule set it up, but for me it's that deep pass from Nduli. Just one that bypasses the midfield, a very congested midfield at that. The ball back, the movement as well for the Orlando Pirates, and Apollos, who was coming from the right, all of a sudden you're finding him in the first post, and that's just the mobility that you're going to expect from him.
He was also amongst the early signings in the transfer window for Orlando Pirates. Polokwane City were under a lot of pressure last season to sell him to various clubs or chasing his signature. That's a great pass inside, as Amanda says, and that's a good finish as well.
Good finish indeed, and we've seen Apollos do this so many times, just bending the ball, the body, as well the body positioning, doesn't take too many touches, just comfortably slots it away.
When you're a new coach and your team goes 1-0 up after 12 minutes, this is when you should quit. It's not going to get much better than this.
I think it just eases everything for him as well, everybody on the park. Now we're going to see, I think, much more confident Orlando Pirates moving forward.
So the Buccaneers lead here. The first goal of the new season will go to Osman Apollos. Radio Pane putting him in, and before that to Bule. This sellout crowd here this afternoon at Orlando Stadium. Just the start they were looking for from their team. Bazi, Otto. Bule has a look around. Masangani fairly deep to come and collect that one. Too much chasing from Polokwane City's not as if they're setting any traps for Orlando Pirates, hoping more to catch them with a turnover possession on the counter. Bule, Pollis, Bule inside to Bule. There's a short Shandu. Pass inside, just evading Hele Mofokeng. There was a handball there from Sabisi, a little bit unlucky. On the quarter hour mark, we will have a free kick over on the far side for Polokwane City. Victory for City against Pirates back in 2014. Last season, he is winning home and away. And no goals scored by Polokwane City. In fact, in the last 3 meetings, no goals from Rise and Shine. Now, Mashiani. All the way back. Away from Otto was right on top of him. Now Mofokeng looking to drive this up to Radio Pane. Mantosi taking one for the team there.
You also look at just the defensive behavior of Orlando Pirates. Every single player is behind the ball and in their own half, especially in that 18-yard box. It will take so much from them, I think, as well, to just get that energy to move up forward. But when they do, they grow in a group, they grow as a collective, and it's something we haven't really seen. Maybe it's something new that the coach is really trying to institute in the players.
There's obviously a lot of competition as well for places at the club with all of these new signings, so everyone's looking to really impress here today. First league match. Buccaneers will be here next weekend. Now Mashiani chasing onto that. Remy in there. Bule takes it away. Mapangule, and just a little touch in there from Nduli. It's the free kick as well. The Orlando Pirates hosting Sekhukhune United here next Saturday. It'll be a 5:30 kickoff, and then they go away to Marumo Gallants to Wadu's old team for their second league game of the season on Tuesday, the 12th of August. Not this coming Tuesday, but the one thereafter. As things stand now, they'll be into the semi-final of the MTN8, which is over 2 legs, of course, on the weekend of the 16th and 17th, and then the following weekend, 23 and 24 August. Now, Pollis wants to take this quickly. A couple of players out of position. Maswanganyi looking for Nduli, good interception. Let's see what Mantosi can do here on the overlap. Mashiani played in Royal AM's last game as a club. That was against Galaxy on the 29th of December, lost 3-1. 2 goals last season for Royal AM. Mashiani against Chiefs and Amazulu. Draw, by the way, for the semis of this competition will be conducted on the field directly after the last quarterfinal tomorrow evening at Manchester, 7 hours against Richards Bay. As soon as that's over, PSL will conduct the draw in front of the cameras, and you'll be immediately informed of who plays who in the semi-finals later this month. The final, of course, set for next month, September. Busy season, of course, with the Cup of Nations right in the middle. It does throw things out as and then, of course, 4 South African clubs in African club competition as well. There'll be quite a few postponements along the way, so the turnover for clubs is going to be busy. Match after match after match. There's going to be a lot of moaning from the coaches.
Of course, and that's where we always just try to throw in the squad depth conversation. And if it is that you haven't been hunting in the off-season, you're definitely going to suffer.
100%. And that's where Orlando Pirates just looking so good with so many very exciting signings as well. Mamelodi Sundowns have made just the one. Fawaz Basadin, but we do expect before the window closes we'll see a few more additions from them. Now down the line from Apollos to Shandu, who does like to push forward. Lots of injury woes over the last 2 seasons, Bandile Shandu, but we know his quality, particularly from his time at Maritzburg United. Arrived here with Ndlovu and Makaringe, they've both moved on, but Shandu's still in Buccaneer colours. Bukazi, Maswanganyi, Sitlendule, Radio Pane. They are chasing shadows here at Polokwane City. 20 minutes gone. Apollos gets this wide. Maswanganyi just took his eye off there for a second, battling with Mantosi, who looks to have given away the corner. The second set-piece opportunity for Orlando Pirates. Apollos takes it to the near post. Apologises to his teammates, didn't get the elevation I think he was looking for.
I think we also spoke in the build-up just how influential Apollos will be, especially where set pieces are concerned. Just his incredible ability of delivering those, but just this time around hitting it short.
Here's Hotto. Mofokeng floats it towards the back post. Apollos will get there, keep it in play. Got support behind him from Shandu, Maswanganyi as well, and good pressure suddenly from Polokwane City. That's the first time they've forced a mistake out of Orlando Pirates with a bit of a press.
They have to. I mean, if they're going to play that deep and remain compact, Coach Maputi is just saying put a little bit of pressure on the ball carrier, and that's the only way you can really force the turnovers.
Gets it out wide. Foul was on Dlamini. Ndule will know Dlamini from last season because he scored against Stellenbosch for Polokwane City. Late there with a challenge. Mashiadi back to goal. That comes off the head of Sabisi. He's got a chase here. So second corner of the game for Polokwane City. Last one was well collected by the goalkeeper. Let's see what they've got up their sleeve here. It's a big season for Nkosinati Sibisi, not only with the captain's armband and the added responsibility, but also with the potential World Cup place for South Africa. Really make the squad. He's not bedded down that centre-back position for the national team, and youngsters like Sisani and Mbukazi coming into the picture now. He has a good turning ball for Mashiani at the back post. Tonsi with the kick. Collis might give possession away here. He was a teenage prodigy, Ozun Apollos, and then career went a little bit quiet. Polokwane City picked him up out of the Motsepe Foundation Championship. Last 18 months, absolutely flying. Hugo Bruce has him in the national side, played at the Cup of Nations in the Ivory Coast. There he is, goal on debut against or for Orlando Pirates. Oh, good pressure. Now that's not what you want to see as a new coach. Moremi and Mashiani almost combining, as Orlando Pirates got a little bit sloppy at the back. He's just 19 years old, Bukazi. Lovely pass. Mofokeng. Tonsi slips, but he recovers well.
Certainly enjoying these deep searching passes, especially from the defensive midfielders, but also Bogazi in this case trying to locate Mofokeng. Another corner for Orlando Pirates.
This young right back looks a find as well. He's only 20, Mantosi. Played the last 4 games of the season for Polokwane City, made his debut in late April. And keeps his place for the beginning of the new campaign. He's having a busy afternoon, but he is showing glimpses of some potential. Now Mofokeng takes this one to the near post, and again Orlando Pirates with a disappointing corner. Up to Moremi. Was he fouled? He thinks so. Referee says hold on, let's just wait for a little check here. It's Klamini, not Moremi. Ice bag on the back of the neck. Let's see. Shows the man up in the challenge. Just a little bit earlier, Orlando Pirates flirting with danger at the back here. Perhaps a little bit overconfident, Amanda?
Yeah, certainly, but also if you are definitely building up from the back, the passes need to be a lot stronger, the precision behind it as well. But you can already see the trap that Polokwane City are setting. They immediately, once the ball carrier gets the ball, they want to immediately press. And in that zone, I think China should have just been a little bit more cautious.
He gave possession away and then it bounced right back at him, somewhat fortuitously for the Buccaneer goalkeeper. Another man who had a very busy season, 47 starts for his club in the last campaign. Up to Mashiani. Out wide, Ramabu. 3 goals last season for him, for Polokwane City. It's pretty much full now. It wasn't, as you know, it has been sold out this game, so no tickets available, but it wasn't full at kickoff with people still making their way in here. Not the easiest stadium to get to, access-wise. Here's Radio Pani. Interception coming from Moremi. Sibisi now under a bit of pressure from Mashiani. Moremi forward, long-range shot here. It's well off target. Mashiani, understandably, a little disappointed that there wasn't perhaps a pass in there from Moremi. Polis on the right. Still Polis. Good interception from Kaki. Won back by Polis. Pirates in 4 of the last 5 finals in this competition. Before that, they went out in the quarterfinal stage 4 times in a row. And although they've lifted this trophy 6 times in the PSL era and been to 10 finals in all, they've got a 58% record getting past the quarters. So it's not unheard of that the Buccaneers go out early. Hasn't happened of late, but it has happened. Something Polokwane City might hang on to. Makangule got the last touch there, and keeper keeps it in play. The Canyon International Bwire takes over from Sapunga, who's gone to Sekukune, last season's first choice.
It's been so interesting to track some of the transfers as well. I mean, you look at Orlando Pirates also releasing a few players. You speak about Sapunga, quality goalkeeper to Sekukune. I think this season is definitely going to be very different, just in terms of the quality of players who have been released.
And I think what's also makes it fascinating is some of the clubs have really gone to town. Really, Sekukune is one, Pirates is another. Taken away, yeah, Mashiani's shot. Did it take a deflection? No. Sipo Chain having a bit of a go at 4 when he's just made a mistake of 5 minutes earlier. King taking a little bit of a knock, limping away there. Well, he stopped. Play continued. Yeah, just back on that excitement of the new season. There's a lot of clubs who really have come in with intent, sending out a strong signal. They want to chase some silverware this season. They've strengthened their squad substantively. It does mean that we are looking forward to some really good football over the next 9 months or so. And of course, what makes this season special is the Cup of Nations in mid-year and the very strong possibility, let's not jinx it, I'm going to touch on wood here, but of South Africa going to the World Cup at the end of the season, which would really put a little cherry on the top of the cake. 2 big qualifiers coming up in September, both of them in Bloemfontein, by the way, away against Lesotho, who are hosting the game in Bloem, then home to Nigeria. If Fano win that one, I think they'll be as good as through.
And the competitiveness of Nigeria and South Africa, we saw at WAFCON as well. Banyana really going down, but hopefully the boys can really save us something.
Get some
there.
revenge. The rivalry with South Africa and Nigeria, always fascinating, and Nigeria's men's side have a much better record against Bafana. Now, Captain Nikani stayed up. Has he forced the corner? It's going to be a throw-in. Polokwane City. A bit more pressure now over the last 50 minutes. Is delivering a little bit more in terms of possibility. They're moving up numbers into that penalty area for this long throw from Mantosi. It's Moremi with the effort. Got it possibly on target or just wide. Fairly easy for the goalkeeper.
I think if you are Polokwane City, you want to sit, you're definitely going to have to come out at some point.
Now Mofokeng, square ball, Apollos unmarked, first touch is a bit heavy, gets away with it, is he brought down? Referee says penalty. Now he was right on the spot, Mr. Kistor. Thought about it for a moment or two. Apollos might have got a little bit lucky there. That first touch was a little bit on the hard side, but recovered well with his pace, forced the error off the defenders. With the foul.
Yeah, I thought Branca there just with that foul, the trailing leg. But for me, how it is that Polokwane City haven't really found a solution to see that Osinopolis is always coming in with the late run on that side. That's where the threat is really coming from.
He had time actually for a little bit of a tennis racket touch, and then still recovered. Now it looks as if Maswanganyi will have the penalty taking duties. Goalkeeper Brian Bwire from Kenya is under the cosh here in these early stages. Left-footed Maswanganyi missed a couple of vital ones in his time, as we well remember from last season. Can he tuck this one away? 2-0. Keeper gets a touch. Orlando Pirates double their lead. And the Buccaneers are having a dream start to the 2025-26 season.
Yeah, good penalty from Maswanganyi. Just taking his time. Thought he already decided where he really wants to go this time around and just giving it a little bit of power.
One for Apollos and one for Maswanganyi. This was Apollos recovering and then being brought down. Last cup game, of course, for the Buccaneers on the wrong side against arch rivals Kaizer Chiefs in the Nedbank Cup final, but today it's all going their way. And the new boys are making a positive contribution. Mashiani should get the free kick there off of Mbuli. There are your two scorers, and confirmation with 10 minutes to go to the break. Orlando Pirates in the driving seat. Polokwane City in the MTN8 for the 4th time. They've only advanced past the quarterfinals once in 2019 when they beat Cape Town City 2-0. Last season, of course, they ran Mamelodi Sundowns pretty close. It was an own goal in extra time that saw Sundowns advance. Now, here they come, looking for a quick riposte, but Pirates on the breakaway. Keeper's out. The semi-final back in 2018, Polokwane City lost on penalties eventually to Highlands Park. Now, lovely ball in from Ramabu. Ashiani leaves it for Moremi. Down he goes. Little glimpses here and there of Polokwane's potential.
Yeah, very nervy moments, and I think Mashiana is playing such a good role in terms of just being that reference striker, but also with those duels, the physical duels against Sibisi, I think is really giving them that option to play out through him.
Mashiana, of course, better known as a winger, but Puti Mahafi feeling that he can be a target man for Polokwane this season. That busy in the transfer market, but not really expecting that from Polokwane City. They're not big spenders. Instead, looking for talent in the Motsepe Foundation Championship, but of course to come through the ranks as well, and then the odd player here and there to strengthen things up. So another corner for them. Chain catches it comfortably. The ref's going to have a little word here. I think Kaki is the player. All looked a bit more spectacular than it really was. Mbukazi to Hotto. Well, this first half has flown by. We're having fun. It's time certainly marches on now. A chase there from Radiopane. It's another man who's had his injury woes, his time at Cape Town City in particular, when they were still up in the top flights, afflicted by injury. Get a bit of a run towards the end of last season for Orlando Pirates. Hollis with the last touch. Through from Mashiani there. He does well to get the throw in. 29-year-old who spent his entire career at Royal Eagles, Royal AM. Another long one, header away from Sibisi. Klamini deciding to try and play it off the feet rather than the head. It's a cross-come shot which the keeper deals with fairly comfortably. Pirates, with all their recent success in the top 8 competition, the MTN 8 here, have cut into Kaizer Chiefs' record as the long-standing team that really dominated this competition. It's 13 wins to Pirates now, 15 to Kaizer Chiefs. The Chiefs, of course, not participating this year because they didn't qualify for a second successive season, which is unheard of. So Pirates, if they can win this one, will trail Chiefs by just one trophy. Now Sibisi back to Chain. Pirates did win the first ever one the old top 8 in 1972. Beat Chiefs in the final. Shakespeare Sharma played for the Buccaneers that day. It's going back a bit, eh? You weren't there?
TPT.
Now, here's a chance for Mbukazi to turn. What's he doing up there? Dlamini, bit of space here. Mashiani is offside. Did not time that well. Mashiani obviously unaware of his positioning there as that pass came through from Dlamini.
Yeah, but threatening nonetheless. I think if he could have just held his run a little bit and just tried to run off the shoulder, Mbukazi just being dispossessed in the opposition's half, of course. But look at the quick transition that Polokwane City have, and this could be very dangerous for Orlando Pirates if it is that they give away ball position that cheaply.
A little bit of a lesson there for the teenager Mbukazi as well. If you are going to push forward, just make sure you do things simply, don't give the possession away, because you're not only going to have to chase back, but you're leaving a bit of a gap in defence too. Lovely crowd here. We hope later on tonight at Polokwane there'll be similar scenes. Polokwane Peter Mokaba Stadium hosting the second of the MTN 8 quarterfinal, Sekhukhune United, with Eric Tinkler in charge against TS Galaxy. TS Galaxy in the MTN 8 for a second successive season. They lost to Stellenbosch in the quarterfinal last year on their debut. Now the first yellow of the game is going to go to Mofokeng. I don't want to put any money on Mofokeng getting the first yellow of the new season, but there you go.
but also there's absolutely no need for him to lunge in like that. I guess it's just a frustration on the park.
Yeah. And to get a card in the middle, in your inside your opponent's half, just near the halfway line. So Polis for the first goal of the season, Mofokeng with the first yellow. Hopefully there'll be no first red here this afternoon. Tomorrow at 3 o'clock, just a reminder, Stellenbosch against AmaZulu, that's at the Cape Town Stadium. And then Mamelodi Sundowns hosting Richards Bay, who are making their debut in this competition at 6 p.m. in Acrisure. Live coverage of all 4 quarterfinals, of course, here on your World of Champions. Now Ramabu. Here there'll be 3 minutes of time added on. Moremi, the new man from Callies, looking for Mapangule. Masanganye takes it away. Can Pirates get a third before the break? Mofokeng, too strong for Radio Pane. Bule gets the challenge in. Disappointment for Mantosi. Bule's gone a bit quiet.
Yeah, I think also Orlando Pirates are a team that really enjoy to play when they have the rhythm. And once if it is that they don't have that, it becomes very difficult for them to play. But he's had to drop a little bit deeper now to try and fetch and collect the ball and really try and make those penetrative passes.
Polokwane just putting a bit more of a press on. Now here he is, Sipho Mbule. Oh, lovely. Crowd are taking to him like a player with touches. He'll thrive as well with that noise in his ear. I mean, there can be nothing nicer as a player to have the crowd just cheering your name every time you touch the ball. Touch in from Mofokeng. Apollos, the combination between the two is looking very dangerous. The cross comes in. Kani and Kake, the 2 centre-backs, clear it. Now, Moremi wants to get Mashiani going. Mbukazi is showing his strength. Mashiani showing his strength as well. He should get the free kick there. What a strong physical battle. It's going to be interesting to see Mashiani, how long he lasts, because remember, he's not played a game since last December.
Yeah, but very, very impressive. I mean, going up against the CBC and Mbogazi, as a reference striker, the outright striker, he's doing extremely well. He reads the situation very well this time around. He wanted to receive the ball, obviously, in front of him and just behind the centre backs, but quickly adjusts to try and recollect it, and that's where Mbogazi, I think, just losing his cool.
Fast coming to the conclusion of the first half here at Orlando. Orlando Pirates well in command. Mashiani off for a bit of treatment. Free kick. Maybe the last chance of the half. Namabu and Dlamini had some sort of routine there, but it didn't come together. Now they might try again. So Ramabu hangs it up. Bobbing around. Sabisi got a little bit of a touch. The danger still not averted. Now Mbule can thump it forward. Maswanganyi, that's the end of the half. So a fairly comfortable start for Orlando Pirates. 2 goals for Abdeslam Mwadu in his first outing, and the Buccaneers perhaps 1 foot already in the semi-final.
Yep, good approach. They're looking very comfortable, they're in control. And I think when needed, Mbule slows down the pace of the game, but also their quick acceleration in opposition's half, they've looked really good in control.
The opening goal from Osman Apollos, and then Patrick Maswanganyi sticking the penalty in to double the scoreline. And Sipho Mbule on debut for the Buccaneers, one of 3 new players in the starting line. And Ndule done well in the midfield. And Osman Apollos making an immediate impact as well. So, 45 minutes gone. Half-time here at Orlando. It's the Buccaneers who are riding the high seas. 2-0 up.
I just wanted to confirm on the first goal, the killer. sure you go through to the Supersport website and have a look at how you can become the new me. And all you need to do to join the talent search is make sure
Welcome back, everyone. Yeah, it's Orlando. Lovely to see a big crowd here for the opening match of the new season. 2025-26 campaign is well underway here at Orlando, the MTNA quarterfinal. Orlando Pirates 2-0 up at half-time against Polokwane City. Coming up later on your World of Champions, Quarterfinals United against TS Galaxy. Tomorrow afternoon, Stellenbosch against Amazulu. And Mamelodi Sundowns, the league champions, fresh from the Club World Cup, hosting Richards Bay in Atteridgeville, Sunday 6 p.m. kickoff. So, plenty to celebrate for the Ghosts. The Buccaneers fans have seen Apollos and Maspangangi find the back of the net in the first half. They'll be looking for more after the break. But Polokwane City not lying down here. They do not have a good record in this competition. A very poor record against Orlando Pirates as well, but they are making a bit of a fight of it. There's our colleague Baba Mtetwa, who is in the cold outside. He likes it there. Don't forget commentary in Sesotho from Baba if you would like, as well as Beli Kumalo doing our isiZulu commentary today. Amanda Dlamini is alongside me as our expert analyst. Any chance of a turnaround here? What do you think?
To be honest, I don't see it, Mark. But also, I mean, we briefly touched on squad depth. You look at the bench as well, Polokwane City, looking at the names on the list, and you're thinking probably who can come on and have, you know, that impact against a team like Orlando Pirates, who really, I think, are in the rhythm and in full control of things.
An opportunity then maybe for Coach Wadu. Let's say they get a third pretty early on to bring on some of the new names, Sibelebele, Putuma, for example, Moremi.
Yeah, of course. And I mean, those are the players you definitely want to see. They're competing against the likes of Apollos as well on the wide areas, who can really come and have an impression. It's one of those games where the pressure's not that much and they can come in and really express themselves.
All to be revealed in the next 45 minutes. Yeah. Two teams are out there, so is the referee. Orlando Pirates will watch as Polokwane City get matters underway. Pirates again beginning a new season at home. 9 of the last 10 opening matches of a new season have been played at Orlando Stadium. The one exception was the league a couple of seasons ago down in Stellenbosch. They actually lost the opening game of the campaign. Pirates have only missed the top 8 once in the last 37 seasons. A remarkable record of consistency, and of course defending champions, 3 successive titles. The last one at the expense of Stellenbosch. Happen this year. Stellenbosch are back again in the mix, of course, so are Mamelodi Sundowns. It's not a competition that Sundowns have done well in, maybe something that they would like to turn around. We'll see what we can expect from them tomorrow. Richards Bay will have high hopes of a good debut performance, and Sundowns have been beaten fairly often in the first game of this competition. A look at the starting lineup for both teams with the little call under the bottom of your screen. 3 new players for Pirates and 2 new ones for Polokwane City. Mbukazi with Dion Hotto. It's given away. It's Mapangule now. Support inside from Moremi, opts to go out wide. Montosi forward. Ramabu. Mashiani. Mapangule again. There's a little dismissive shove in the back from Sipho Mbule. There's Mapangule and Mbule again. And what's the referee say? Pirates ball. Pioneer does well to help get that out to Mofokeng, but it's space here for Apollos. Back again for Mofokeng. Shandu coming forward on the right. So good to see him back after all these injury woes. Sibisi, Apollos, Bule in the middle. Siklandule making his debut today. And Sibisi running into trouble, but gets the free kick. Mashiani. Mofokeng. Taken away by Dlamini, or Ramabu, excuse me. Mashiani. That was on Montosi. Now, was that a late challenge from Shandu on Dlamini? What's the ref going to do here? Maybe just a little talking to. Dlamini's not pleased about that, understandably so. Catch him that split second late.
I think we've seen a couple of these late tackles, and of course I'm sure the speed as well, the intensity of the game, quite quick, but Shandu very lucky not to get a yellow.
Remy plays this down the flank to Dlamini. Who's quick, gets the cross in. They're taking no chances. Head is away. It'll be the fourth corner of the game for Polokwane City, and now actually lead the corner count. Along the ground, this might be a chance here for Ramabu. Came in by Nkaki. Possession taken away, but won again by Moremi. He's having a good debut. Moremi's come up from the Motsebe Foundation Championship. Scored 3 goals last season at Pretoria Callies from the midfield position. Dlamini. Cross inside, and it's cleared away by Mukazi. Well, it's a bright start here from Polokwane City.
I mean, they've got nothing to lose. This is their approach now, really trying to advance a little bit. The crosses have really been troublesome for Orlando Pirates.
This is going to be a goal kick. The corner being given away, but Polokwane City have not taken the opportunity.
And they're even involving the likes of Kwanga to try and advance a little bit forward, so they are certainly committing the numbers. And maybe a high press, that's why you have Mashiane now making sure that he's the one that initiates that counter press.
Profile that he's picked up over the last season or so, how much longer he will be at a club like Polokwane City. Teams looking for that bite in the middle, and Mapangule can certainly provide it. Good to see him in his first start for South Africa. I think his second cap against Mozambique in June. Now Apollos. Will take it back to Sibisi. Now Hotto, just a little chip in there, looking for Masanganyi. Not a bad idea, just maybe a little bit heavy. Good run here.
Yeah, good run indeed, and I don't think that Nkaki realized that Masanganyi is just going to peel away from him.
Early stage of the season, of course, we cannot expect a fluid performance from either of these sides, but I think if the Orlando Pirates fans are to be surveyed, they would be well pleased with the way things have started. Maybe a bit of a tougher test against Sekhukhune. I'm not sure whether they want to be shouting about Mamelodi Sundowns just yet. That is a little cheeky. Fans are entitled to the cheek. Here's Apollos. Shandu. Sibisi gets out of that challenge. Masanganyi got caught late. That's Nkaki going to be in a bit of trouble here, I think. First yellow of the season for him. Managed to get through the entire last campaign without suspension. 2 full league seasons in a row without missing a game. It's an incredible run. 59 successive league games. We'll see if he plays next week to make it 60. He missed just the 1 cup game last season. It was a first-round tie against the Bees. He was given a rest. I think if he knew that he'd carry on the entire campaign, he probably would have said to the coach, no, let me play. I want to have a full house for the season.
Yeah, but I think they complement each other so well with Bugani as well. One of those centre-back combinations that I truly admire throughout the season, the consistency as well, and just how firm they are. They also add the goals when it's needed.
Top scorers, indeed. And the pair of them came up with promotion. This is their 3rd season now in the top flight. game on a little bit here. Referees had their fitness tests a couple of weeks ago. Workshops, etc. The amendments to the rules all studied, cases going through. Mr. Kistor in discussion with Radio Pane there. Now, Hotto with the left foot, he'll curl it in. Keeper comes and then delayed coming out, but here is Dlamini. Oh! Attempt from behind to take him by Apollos. And now the shot gets another corner. Sitlendula, I think, felt the full force of that.
And that's how you execute a counter-attack. Lots of speed, the precision in the passes, the weight of the pass as well. And for a team who hasn't really enjoyed much of the ball possession, they're on 5 corner kicks.
What an audacious attempt there from Apollos. That would have been a horrible foul because he was going at full tilt. Nice little back heel here as well, and really putting his body on the line for his new club. Not that. No, another corner for Polokwane City. Little elevation here towards the back post. And it came in from Kaki. So 10 minutes gone in the second half. Still plenty of time ahead of us here. Coach Wadou, born in Morocco, played in France and in the Premier League for Fulham. Tossi will take the throw in. There's a little buzz about this Polokwane side at the moment. Can they get the goal back here and make a bit of a fist of this cup tie? Combination with Dlamini, with Maswanganyi just got a little touch in there. Now Nduli. Nicely done. Nduli. More for Ken. Ndule. And a late challenge there. Some frustration, I think, from the youngster Mantosi. Really unnecessary from Mantosi. Those can come back to bite you later in the season. You get a 4th yellow and you sit out a very important match. $10 million, by the way, for the winner of this year's competition. It used to be 8 to go with the NTN8s, the richest prize money in knockout football here in South Africa. He has a chance now for Shandu. He does get himself into good positions down this right-hand side. He's no stranger to goal scoring either.
Yeah, and I think this time around, Radio Pane just doing all the magic, evading 2 of those challenges. Look at that defense splitting pass to put on Shandu. Of course, I think it was just a heavy touch, just letting him down.
He scored 16 times in his career, and his first season at Orlando Pirates, he got 7 goals from the right back position. Last 2 campaigns have been injury affected. Apollos is the player down. He's getting a bit of cramp. This happens more often at the start of the campaign as players to work their way up to match fitness. Apollos, maybe it's not cramp, maybe he's got a Real limp now as he makes his way off.
We spoke about just how demanding also, it is for them as players just to really try and track back into your own half and then expected to go full blast with speed in the opposition's half to give the quality. So, of course, this is still very fresh and new for him, and yeah, I think a good 60 minutes for him, I guess, in account.
Radio Pane is also going off. Two new players on, Moremi and Butuma. Butuma from Richards Bay, Moremi from Amazulu. Butuma wears that classic number 9 on his back. And he obviously in the pecking order above both Mahopa and Mabasa, who were the two lead strikers last season. But, Radio Pane started. Butuma comes on as the first change. Pane was there with Tyron Damon, the goalkeeper coach. Ozuna looks okay.
I think a good breed of young strikers now coming into the fore for Orlando Pirates. I think Butuma as well at Richards Bay was really, really impressive. It's very quick, it's lightning with speed, and Moremi as well from Amazulu also gives you the speed. Now it's just to see if they can really be consistent where goal scoring is concerned.
Yeah, the finishing is the most important thing, but positives as well for the national team in future. Kazi, too strong for Hotto. Strong clearance now. Sabisi being chased by Mashiari, gets the all-important clearance away. Nice first touch from Moremi. I was about to say play on, referee's blown the whistle. Moremi will get the free kick. Out comes the keeper, connects comfortably. Now, Butuma. Maswanganyi, Butuma with a chance for a dream start, just got away from him. Did he take his eye off the ball at the vital moment?
Big opportunity from Butuma. Just still really trying to settle in, and this is what it's all about. You play these games, there's no other opportunity you're going to get. If you get one like this, the weight of the pass from Mutito, just putting him in, just the first touch, letting him down.
Oh, they have nightmares about that if he doesn't get some sort of strike in pretty soon. Moremi gets up nicely. Moremi gets a bit of a shove, wins the free kick there on the edge of the area. Welcome to Orlando Pirates. Oh, it's getting a little testy there from Dlamini. Challenge, got up, continued. And then Mantosi, who's gone into the book already, came in with the second challenge. He's got to be careful. Puti Mahafi next to him, Brice Akko, you might remember, played striker for Jomo Cosmos for many years. Comes from the Ivory Coast. Has had 3 games as a coach in charge of teams, or Polokwane City specifically, against Pirates, lost them all, and has yet to see his side score a goal against the Buccaneers. He might be forced into his first change. Just checking change or not. Puck is the player affected. The left back. So they're down to 10 for the moment as Dion Hotto with that left foot stands around his free kick. Moffat King is there as well. Hotto had the last one with the left. Is he going to go for goal here? Hotto! Oh! That shaved the top of the crossbar. Now, how close was this?
Crossbar challenge from Dion Hotto certainly would win this one.
Yes.
But also it's just incredible, the ability to have that much power, get it over the wall and still hit the frame.
Nothing nicer than a left-footed free kick curling in on goal. Soccer's equivalent of a lovely sunrise.
Yeah.
Here's Mbule now. Sihle Ndule. He's pulled back from behind by Moremi. He's also a little bit frustrated now, Moremi. Cool down, says Mr. Kistor, and leaves it at that, quite rightly so too. Crossing from Moremi in search of Maswanganyi. Time's running out here for Polokwane City. Look bright at the beginning of the second half. Odds on to pull one goal back, but still trail by 2. They're looking to make a few changes now. Get to that in a moment or two. Mashiani gets back. Kaki. Disappointing from the skipper, Ikani. Is this time now to make those changes? Oh, Sabelo Motsa coming on, wearing jersey 31. And the veteran, 10, Marema. You might remember him as Puleng Kolani, captain for South Africa. Remy from Callies goes off for his first appearance for Polokwane City. Certainly one of endeavour. So Marema with 35 career goals for Polokwane City. He's their all-time leading scorer. Being with them through thick and thin, including demotion down to the lower leagues. This is his 10th season in the top flight for Polokwane City. At the age of 34, can he turn things around up front?
I think as one of those creative players, he's probably certainly going to sit right in front of Mapangule and Batlabani. Maybe just an offensive midfielder who can really get those passes going.
So Batlabani played that ball forward, Shandu got the header onto it. Sihle Ndule ahead of Marema. And they get the foul. Ndule is going to get a yellow card. Persistent fouling, I think, is what Mr. Kistel is saying to him. And I think at the end of the day, probably deserved.
Yeah. And of course, with persistent fouling as players, we usually go to the referee, but this is my first one, and you don't count the second one or the third one.
He caught him high in the face, Nduli. Maswanganyi is going off, by the way. Kabelo Dlamini will come on in his place. And Sipho Mbule to be replaced in the midfield. This is the new player from Stade Malien in Mali, Abdoulaye Mariko. Not much known about him. Spotted in African competition last season by the Buccaneers. Yet another new one onto the fields for them. Mariko beaten in the challenge there by Mapanguli. Here come Polokwane City, Mantonzi. Motsa, cross in from him, looking for Dlamini, gets the header in. Nothing clear cut there. I think he's hurt himself in the process, Dlamini. Or the boot might have come off. No, cramp it is. Understandable that there's cramp at this stage of the season.
Yeah, I think people might even take for granted pre-season, and that's where you put in so much more of the hard work. And I guess with just recovery, coming into your first game with this high intensity, it becomes a little bit too much for the players to bear.
Oh, he's feeling it as well. Oh, that is sore. That is sore. Pointing out how that muscle is cramping, using his fingers to indicate. Sometimes wiser to take him off, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes very difficult as well to play once you've had that experience of cramps, and I think most of the time players usually are subbed. But I think Dlamini, I'm very unfortunate for him to be cramping, because he's been the live wire for Polokwane City.
Down the left-hand side, certainly looked the business, Ongi Dlamini. Polokwane City play next Saturday at home to Magesi, their first league game. That'll be live on your World of Champions, by the way. Kicks off at 3 p.m. And then their second league game away against Kaizer Chiefs at Soccer City on Wednesday, the 13th of August. League starts next Saturday. There'll be 4 live games for you on your World of Champions, and don't forget all the other matches streaming. So you will not miss a minute of Betway Premiership action. All next Saturday, but of course MTN8 is on the menu this weekend, and will be later in the month as well, when we have the semi-finals over 2 legs. Only competition that has a 2-legged affair, and that's only in the semis. Unique for the MTN8. We're the only country, by the way, that has a top 8. It's a magnificent competition. It rewards the teams who finish well in the preceding campaign, and it keeps that campaign alive. And how many exciting matches have we watched where teams have battled for 8th place? You'd think that would be fairly inconsequential, but not here in South Africa. Some people have talked about stopping it. It's not what they do overseas. Bugger overseas. It's our competition. Let's keep it.
100%, and I think the remuneration as well for the teams in the top 8, it really augurs well just to maintain the performances as well throughout the season.
$10 million if you win the competition, only $1 million for the other 7. Doesn't matter if you get to the semi or you get knocked out in the quarter, or you lose in the final. So a real incentive to win this thing, which the Buccaneers have been so good at of late. Set for September the 13th. Yes, Otto now, square ball, looking for Batuma, kept in play. Dlamini fires it forward. Tired looking pass from him.
After those cramps, your range does really get a little bit affected.
Just looking to see what he can get rid of the ball now. Long-range effort from Mariko. The new man from Mali, looking to make a bit of an impression. That effort well wide of goal. That's something you would dream about. When I make my debut, you pick it up in the middle, and you just bolt it from 40 yards. They're going to fly into the top corner. They're going to love me forever.
What a dream start.
This is the 51st installment of the top 8 competition, first event in 1972. A few years that they didn't play it when the PSL first started. It was off the calendar for around about 4 seasons back in 2000. Various sponsors through the years as well, BP and SMA previously, and TNA to be sponsoring this competition for almost 20 years now. Backers of the domestic game. Flirting with danger, Montosi, in terms of another card and an early shower.
And I think also it's just those tackles where, as a defender, you're so high out from your position over the center line. There's absolutely no need. You just try and force the player to make a pass back, and your job is done.
Dlamini, who spent much of last season coming on as an impact player, start too many games. Yellow card tally is going up in this game. Gule is the latest. Dooley gives possession away. Dlamini in there. Dooley takes it back. Foul was by Mariko. Forward, on play. Just looking a little more tired now, both of these sides, understandably so this early on in the season, and the Pirates just coasting now with under 15 minutes to go.
And I think a good challenge for players like Mariko coming in for Sipimbule to see what kind of probably the control he has in midfield and what can he give in terms of passing, his playing style. And I think the triangle just switched. It's just two sitters now alongside Nduli and Kabelo Dlamini at the top of the triangle.
Really impressive today at times, particularly in the beginning when there was plenty of room to maneuver. Polis, of course, clean start, goal against his old side in his debut for Pirates. But a word too for Nduli. Good old workhorse in the middle, picking up where he left off at Stellenbosch and really turning in a top performance here so far in this game. Here's Dlamini now. Apangule up wide, the substitute Motsa on the edge of the area. Dlamini thought about the pass, then he thought about the shot. Kabelo Dlamini now. There's a lot of Dlaminis here, 2 on the field, 1 in the commentary box. Now Mariko turns around. Disappointed with that pass. There wasn't 2 minds, I think. Apangule. Rema. Motsa. It's one of only 2 teams in the field this year in the MTN8 who've actually won the competition for, Sundowns the other. The other 6 teams playing in this year's competition never lifted the trophy. Zulu, surprisingly so. And then the newer clubs, Sekhukhune, Stellenbosch, Galaxy, Richards Bay and Polokwane City, who, unless they can turn things around now in the final 11 minutes or so, are going to be on their way out. Rico finds Mofoke. There's Dlamini. Moremi on his outside. Butuma waits in the penalty area. Moremi, shot stroke cross. Down by Guide. No foul there. Mashiani's getting frustrated, and Mashiani's going to pick up a yellow card for dissent. Still muttering under his breath. Foul language there is evident at the referee, who's now continuing to give him a lecture, and Mashiani not paying him much heed. So Dlamini off. Kuvadia and Kalepu coming on. Kuvadia, of course, a regular off the bench last season for Polokwane City. Started only 2 games, but double figures in terms of substitute appearances. Now Moriko. Dlamini didn't see Mofokeng coming there. Under 10 minutes remaining. The Pirates also considering the last change, but Polokwane City still battling away here. Now, can the new boys do something? Moremi, Dlamini. Otto with those gloves that he loves wearing, even in the height of summer. Nduli switches, looking for Mofokeng. He's always going to battle in the air against Montosi. Mashiani. Surely offside there, Marema. He was in a different postcode. Marema just needed to check his run a little bit there to make full use of that opportunity.
I think also just him being aware of that space to dive in where likes of Mashiani just going out wide, taking your likes of Mugazi out of those dangerous positions.
He's done well to keep us in play. Also got back to win possession. He's come on the left-hand side, helping up both in defence and looking to push forward. No, final change here for the Buccaneers. Young Imran Danson, who went to Spain on the pre-season tour in for Nduli. They've got high hopes for this young man. To the midfield. Turned 20 in March. Had a sub appearance towards the end of last season for the Buccaneers. Now that's the rest of the squad. Plenty of talent there for Orlando Pirates. Competition for places. They've used their 5 changes. So the only new player who hasn't had a run out today looks to be Mashiani, who comes from Baroka. He was no Kwayiba in the lineup today. We just need to find out what the situation is with him. And Dava signed from Richards Bay, also not in the match team. Then Tamjela from Gallants didn't make the 18 for today. Little touch on there by Mikani. Is this going to be taken again? The players not back the required distance. Sabele Bell is the other one I forgot. He hasn't. He was on the subs list today. Didn't get a chance for a run out. Won't be long, I don't think, before we see him in Buccaneer colours. Now floated in, looking for one header as the keeper comes out. Polokwane City unable to put that in the back of the net. Motsa with the effort.
Yeah, and I think this is certainly an area of improvement for Orlando Pirates. They haven't really been able to deal with those crosses or the set pieces in terms of corners. Bugazi is just, I think, slipping.
And Motsa, without really making a decent header, it seemed to almost come off his shoulder there. Back to Guetta as well. He'll be at Matchesville tomorrow, I'm sure. Now, is that time wasting Sipho Chain going into the book? Time is running out here at the Orlando Stadium. The Buccaneers are on their way to the semi-final, it would seem. Can now sit back after this and wait to see who will join them in the last four. 3 more matches to come this weekend to decide the semi-finalists for this competition. Short, Moriko gets a touch in there, but it'll be Polokwane City ball. Moriko again. Oh, lovely to hear the crowd. They came out in their numbers this afternoon, obviously hungry for football after the off-season break. Pirates who were hoping for this kind of support every home game, starting with Sekhukhune this time next week. There's Moremi. Moriko. Turn from Dlamini. Mofokeng. Butuma. Back here to Hotto. Butuma looking to play Hotto in. This is going to be the third. Doesn't get the touch. Chance here for Butuma. Oh, denied by a goal line stop from who else but Kaki. Oh, his heart would have been leaping with joy as he fired that shot in. It looked goal bound for all money. How well they did to get back there, Polokwane City, and deny him.
Yep. Important stop indeed from Mikani.
This is out to Dion Hotto. So comfortable on the right, Hotto, as he cuts inside. 1 minute plus stoppage time remains here at the Orlando Stadium. The fans are in fine voice. for last season, Orlando Pirates. Second place, MTN8 success. Made it to the Nedbank Cup final, got to the semis of the Champions League. All of that, though, has room for improvement, and they'll have high hopes in this campaign that they'll be able to lift some more silverware. 4 minutes added on. Polokwane gets past the first challenge. Ramabu's come across onto the left hand, gets a decent cross in, and Dion Hotto back. And look at Hotto steaming. 35 years old, look at the man. Does make life difficult for himself on occasion, doesn't he?
The way he sprinted, I thought he almost even left the ball behind.
So Polokwane City, without a goal in their last 3 matches against the Orlando Pirates, might well again fail to score against the Buccaneers here. They have round about 3.5 minutes to change that statistic. Lovely ball in again from Dlamini. Looks up. The dying stages here at the Orlando Stadium. Just a reminder of Sekhukhune against Galaxy, kicking off at 6 p.m. here on your World of Champions. Stellenbosch versus AmaZulu, 3 p.m. kickoff tomorrow afternoon, live from the Cape Town Stadium, and then at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Richards Bay, the new boys, up against the champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, number 1 against number 8. That's live from Atteridgeville, 6 p.m. Sunday evening.
It's incredible how Richards Bay actually sneaked into that top 8 just towards the end of the season.
Given that they were one of the relegation candidates.
Yeah.
It really was congested in the end. Richards Bay got away, Maruma got away, Magesi got away. They left Supersport in Cape Town City down the bottom there, battling in the last couple of matches. That was a very strange season as far as the bottom half of the table is concerned. Chiefs, of course, finishing 9th, much to their disappointment. Monica thinking about another shot. Remy on this right-hand side, joining from AmaZulu. Okazi doing the simple things. Otto. Benson's really looking for the ball here. Well, they're chasing shadows, Polokwane City, and with less than a minute to go, I think the referee might show some benevolence now and just bring this to a close. Mutuma turns. Is there going to be a final strike here? Mofokeng wants it. Good pass from Mutuma. Mofokeng still teasing on the edge of the area. A little too much. So, job done for this man, Amanda. Good start as a new coach. Lots of pressure.
Yeah, lots of pressure indeed. And once you start off like this, there's an expectation that for the other games that are yet to come, you find the combinations and you just don't drop the ball. But I think he knows what's at stake, and I'm sure he's definitely going to try and also get the boys to come in and join in the party.
Tuma got a bit of a knock there, that lost the build-up. just a few more seconds added on. Hopefully that's not too serious for Matuma. Around about the ankle area. Great turnout here from the supporters. Vast majority, of course, for the home side, and they've got their money's worth, I think.
Absolutely. I hope this is a sign of things to come, that we're going to come to Orlando Stadium and see packed Orlando Stadium, not only just, you know, for one of those big games or occasions, but certainly for every game, because they certainly bring the vibe.
Job done for Abdulsalam Wadu and Orlando Pirates. They are into the semi-finals of the MTN 8. 2-0 victory here over Polokwane City. Both goals in the first half, and the first name into the hat for the draw for the semi-final, which is going to be conducted tomorrow after the quarter-final. Polokwane City out again in the quarter-finals of this competition, but it was always going to be a tough ask for them on the road, away against an Orlando Pirates side with plenty of fine new talent. Now they will turn their attention to the Betway Premiership. A couple of tough games coming up for them. And we're going to get